Welcome back to another episode of the solo house flipping series, and it is day 29, and I got my right-hand man, Django, on the job, and we are headed to our favorite place, and we got one thing on our mind this morning, and that's right, it is bathtubs, because we want to take on this bathroom today and hopefully transform it a little bit. It's been a long time coming, and I want to get this done. So I'm going to head to my truck, and I'm going to get this unpacked and into that house. And this is what that new tub is going to look like. It's definitely going to be a huge upgrade. But Django reminded me that some people like to sleep in the morning, so instead of making some noise upstairs, we are going to head downstairs and put in some lights in this utility room. Once again, these are these LED lights I'm going to be using. It comes with that little junction box and this LED flat light. So I'm going to start running my wire. I'm going to be putting 3 separate lights into this room. And you might be thinking to yourself, why didn't you put these lights in before you did the plumbing? That would have been so much easier to see. And you're right, it would have been much easier to see, but I really did not want to put a light right above where I ran my new plumbing, which meant I would have to move that light. So I waited till that was all done, and we have it all hooked up, and that's right, we are looking good, and those lights are bringing so much light to this room. Now Django is in that bathroom, and he is ready to start digging into this. First thing we need to do is I left myself a little surprise in the toilet when the water was off, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get this toilet out of this bathroom. It's not always the most pleasant thing to do, but it's just part of the process. Now that that's out, I can start demoing out the rest of that tile floor and getting this place cleaned up so I can get that new bathtub in. Now that I have all that tile up, I'm just going to get a quick sweep in and pull up the rest of that tar paper and also take out any of those screws left over. Now I want to start demoing out some of this drywall. This drywall above the tub needs to come out because I am going to be tiling here, so I need to run my waterproofing all the way up. I also want to take out these 2x4 supports because it's going to be in the way of my new tub. Now headed over to this closet area, I thought about keeping this drywall, but it would have been a lot of mudding to get this back in shape, so I decided to demo it out, and I was left with a huge mess. So that's right, I need to get out those black garbage bags and start packing everything in there and get that stuff out and into the garage. Now, next up is I want to fill in this area where the tub was with some plywood. The old tub was curved, so I'm just going to run my saw and cut a nice straight line so that it's easier to fit in that new piece of plywood. I just really want to make a nice solid base for myself and that new tub. So once again, just get a good sweep and a vacuum in, and I'm headed outside to get that piece of plywood cut to the right shape, but I'm also going to cut out an area for that tub drain. Quickly, I'm going to fit it, and once that's all looking good, I'm going to throw down a glue, and I am going to screw it all in through that existing floor and into those floor joists. And that is looking much better, and Django gives me that look of approval. Now I need to put a 2x4 cleat on this back wall to support the flange of the tub. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and level, and I'm going to bring that tub in, and I'm just going to dry fit it quick and make sure it is level. And I did need to make some adjustments to my cleat, but we are looking good. So now we are moving on to getting the drain hooked up onto this new tub. And here is that drain I'm going to be putting on. It's definitely better served as a 2-person job, but I have this nice tool that helps me crank in that drain nice and tight. So I'm going to apply some silicone on both sides and make sure I have that rubber gasket in. And I'm not going to lie, this was giving me a little bit of trouble, and I was definitely working a sweat in. Now that that's all set, I'm going to be mixing up that batch of mortar, and once that is all good to go, I am going to get this tub out of the way. I am going to wet the surface of the plywood, and I'm going to build up my mortar in that middle where that tub is going to sit. Now that that's all set, I'm able to tip my tub in and do my best dance on that tub to get it nice and secure. And I'm going to level it really well because I am doing tile walls, so it is really important that the tub is nice and level. I'm then going to secure it with screws and washers and a quick level check from left to right we are spot on and looking good. And then from back to front, we are also looking really good. And I am happy with that progress. And you know what? Django can hardly contain his excitement. Now that that's all set, we are going to head downstairs and get this P-trap put in. First up is I need to put this piece connected to that drain I previously installed on the tub. So I'm just going to get this finger tightened for now, and now I'm going to head upstairs and I need to get that overflow drain connected up. And this is always just a little tricky to do. You're reaching around and it's pretty uncomfortable, but I'm going to slip that into that piece I just put in down below and get this all secured. Now that that's all set, I'm going to get that P-trap together. Once again, I just like to dry fit everything, and once it's looking good, I am going to prime and glue everything and hold it nice and tight together and get it hooked up. And this is what it looks like when it's all together, and this is all plumbed good. And now that that's done, I am going to get this toilet temporarily put back in. This guy needs a toilet on the job no matter what. So I'm going to put this old nasty toilet back in temporarily so that I have some place to do my business. And that is going to be a wrap for day 29. It was a huge accomplishment to get this tub installed in this bathroom, and it's definitely starting to take shape. And now Django has a date with the couch and back in doggy dreamland.